Hi everyone, myself Dr. P. Soumya, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Chemistry, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. In this session, I am going to discuss about definitions and terminology of environment legislations and sustainable development. So, first question is define environmental law or environmental legislation. So, uh, the Environment Protection Act was this environmental law. It was enacted in year 1986. It is enacted in the year 1986. So, it was enacted with the main objective to provide the protection and improvement of environment and for matters connected therewith. So the main objective of environmental law is it is to provide the protection and improvement of environment. Environmental law, the main motto of environmental law is to give protection and improvement of environment. So what are the main objectives means? It is the Environmental Act to provide for protection and improvement of environment, and it will prevent the hazards of human beings, other living creatures, plants and property for prevention and control of environment pollution. So first objective is it is the act to provide for protection and improvement of environment, and second one is prevention of hazards to human beings and also other living creatures, plants and property. So next objective is for prevention and control of environment pollution and laying standards for quality environment and also restriction of areas for location of industries, safeguards for handling hazardous substances and also research relating to environmental pollution. So these all are main objectives of environmental law. So these main objective is to provide protection and improvement of environment, and also it is used to prevent the hazards to human beings and also other living organisms, and it is used to prevent or control of environment pollution, and it is also it is also the objective of last objective of environmental law is it is research relating to the environmental pollution. So this is environmental law. So next question is what is sustainable development? Generally, so the development means it is a gradual growth. Development means gradual growth of a situation that becomes more advanced and strong than previous one. Development means it is a gradual growth of a situation that becomes more advanced and stronger than previous one. So this development, another definition of development is it is intended to bring a positive change for a human being and its surroundings. So means environment. So in development, it is intended to bring a positive change for human being and its surroundings. Development may take place by bringing about a change in policy, projects, and legislation. So another definition is development. It is a unfolding of human potentials for meaningful participation in economic, social, political, and cultural processes and institutions, so that people can improve their conditions. So, what is the meaning of sustainable development? Development means it is a gradual growth of a situation which becomes more advanced than the previous one. So, what is sustainable development? Means it is the development that meets the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. The sustainable development, it is a development that needs of present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So Gro Harlem Brundtland first introduced the concept of sustainable development in 1887. So sustainable development, it is introduced by the Gro Harlem in 1987. So he was the Prime Minister of the Norway and Chairman of the World Commission on the Environmental and Development. So he introduced the word that is sustainable development. So here he was then the Prime Minister of Norway and Chairman of World Commission on the Environment and Development. So what is development means? It is a gradual growth of situation, so that becomes more advanced and stronger than previous one. Sustainable development means it is also development that needs of present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So, what is the population explosion? So, first we should know what is population. Population, it is defined as a group of people or a group of animals of a particular kind that live in a space. In a particular space, the group of people or group of animals, it is called as a population. So, what is explosion? Means it is a sudden and very fast increase. Explosion means it is a sudden and very fast increase. Population explosion means the rapid growth of world's population over the past 100 years result from a difference between the rate of birth and the rate of death. So the human population will increase by 1 billion people in the next decade. So here, what is population means? It is a group of people, a group of animals, which is present in a particular space. What is explosion? Explosion means it is a sudden or very fast increase. So here, population explosion means it is a rapid growth in world's population over past 100 years, means one decade. So here, it results from a difference between rate of birth and rate of death. So this is a result from the difference between rate of birth and rate of death. So here in a coming next decade, the human population it will increase by 1 million. Increase by 1 million people. This is about population explosion definition. Population explosion, it is a rapid growth of population in a particular space over a period of time. So what are the reasons for population explosion? So many reasons are there for a population explosion. So in some of that reasons includes decrease the rates of decrease death rates. This is the major reason. Decrease in death rates. So this was the major reason for the increasing of population and improvement in public health. So these are interconnected with each other. Due to improvement in public health, it is decreasing the death rate and also high birth rate. One of the reasons, one of the population growth reason is high birth rate and also lack of education. Because of the lack of education, the high birth rate is increasing, and also migration, medical technology, along with gains in education and standards of living within many developing nations, and also early marriages and universal marriage. So this is also increasing the high birth rate, and it is also increasing the population. So these are the some reasons which are causing the population explosion. Decrease in death rate, increase in birth rate, and improvement in public health, and also lack of education, early marriage, and universal marriage are the some reasons of public population explosion. So next question is, what is carrying capacity? Carrying capacity, it is the maximum number of individuals of a species that an ecosystem can support. We have many ecosystems. So carrying capacity means carrying capacity, it is the maximum number of individuals of a certain species which is present in an ecosystem. Ecosystem, it can support. Carrying capacity, it is equal to maximum number of organisms that can live somewhere based on the food, water, free space. So here, carrying capacity, it is equal to maximum number of maximum number of organisms that can live. Maximum number of organisms that can live in somewhere like if we take marine ecosystem, we have different ecosystems, marine ecosystems. So here so ecosystems and land ecosystem like that. So if we take some group of animals or some group of species, like maximum number of organisms that can live somewhere, so based on the abundance of food, water and free space. So here this is nothing but carrying capacity. Carrying capacity, it is a maximum number of organisms that can live somewhere based on the food, space and water. So here if we see this diagram, so this is carrying capacity graph. So here, so on x-axis here time is time, and y-axis population size. Population size and time. So this is a graph between population size and time. So if we can read carrying capacity graph to predict the changes in population size. So we can read a carrying capacity graph to predict changes in population size. So if we see this, we have two curves. One is below the one line, that is dotted line. So this dotted line, it is indicating the carrying capacity of a certain ecosystem. So dotted line, it is indicating carrying capacity certain ecosystem. So here, so one upward curve is there. So here downward curve is there. So below carrying capacity, so that is the curve, it is indicating increase. So above carrying capacity, so it is decreasing. Above carrying capacity equal to decrease the population size. So over time population stabilizes at carrying capacity. So if we see this, so here the population size, it is decreasing and it is stabilizing with the time with the carrying capacity. If we see this here, so population size is more. So here and population size is more, and also here like this it is decreasing. It is decreasing and it is reaches to the carrying capacity. It is reaches to the carrying capacity. This is carrying capacity graph. So by this graph we can predict the changes in population size. Changes in population size. If we see this graph line, population size at a specific time, so it is decreasing and increasing, decreasing and increasing, and so it is finally it is reaches to the carrying capacity. So this is about carrying capacity. Carrying capacity, it is nothing but maximum number of individuals or maximum number of organisms of a species that an ecosystem can support. So next question is, what is an umbrella act? Environmental Protection Act 1986. It is also the umbrella act because it provides the framework to the central government in order to make a coordination between different state as well as central authorities using different act like Water Act, etc. So Environmental Protection Act 1986, it is nothing but it is also known as umbrella act because it provides the framework to the central government in order to make coordination between different states as well as central authorities using different acts like Water Act, etc. So the purpose is to control the pollution from the all sources. The umbrella act main purpose to control the pollution from the all sources so that the quality of environment can be improved. So here main motto is so to improve the quality of environment. So in this act, it can control the pollution from all the sources so that quality of environment it can be improved. So this act like Water Act, so this includes act like Water Act, Air Act and act relating to the biological diversity. It is used to improve the quality. So here, act like Water Act, Air Act, and Act which is relating to the biological diversity, it is used to improve the quality. As we are becoming more modern and industrial day by day, we are constantly harming and polluting our mother nature. So all we know that as we are becoming more modern and more industrialization, so here day by day we are polluting the mother nature. we are harming and we are polluting continuously our mother nature. So to prevent this, the pollution and ensure a bright and healthy future, the Indian government has initiated and regulated many acts and laws to ensure the proper preservation of our environment. So this is the Umbrella Act. Umbrella Act, it is nothing but Environmental Protection Act. So this it is the main purpose of this act is to control the pollution from the all the sources like water, air, and anything. So to by this we can improve the quality of the environment. Next question is, what is environment and human health? Environment, it is everything that is around us. We know that what is environment means. Environment, it is everything that is around us. So it can be living or non-living things. It includes physical, chemical, other natural forces. So what is environment means? It is which is around us, which is everything with that is around us, and it includes both biotic resources and biotic components and abiotic components. Biotic means living components, abiotic means non-living components. So this environment, it is includes physical parameters, chemical and other natural forces. So living things, these live in their environment. Living things, they live in their environment. So here this is including biotic and antibiotic, biotic and abiotic. Biotic means it is a living things like all plants, animals, living things, which includes plants, animals, plants, and microorganisms and other things. And non-living things or abiotic things, components like water, air, light, temperature. So these all are non-living components. So this is this is altogether this is environment. The everything which is around us is called as environment. This includes living as well as non-living components, and also it includes physical, chemical, and also and other natural forces. What is human health means? Human health, it is a state of physical or mental and social well-being in which disease and infirmity are absent. What is human health means? It is a state of physical, mental, and social well-being in which disease and infirmity are absent. Environment and human health, these are intricately related. A good environment, it is an indication of healthy human beings and developed nation. So here, uh, the environment and human health means these are interrelated with each other. So the environment and human health, these are intricately related. So here a good environment, it is an indication of healthy human beings and it is indicates a developed nation. And now polluted atmosphere has become a serious threat to the very existence of human species. And also the pollution growth and intensification of man's activities on various fronts like agriculture development, urbanization and industrialization all over the world have created a hazardous environment. The population growth and also intensification of man's activities on various industries like agriculture development, urbanization and industrialization, and all over the world, these are creating the hazardous environment. The environment, it is under constant interference by human born activities. The effect of environment on human health, these are generally accounted in the following terms. So first one is the extent to which environmental conditions lead to shortening of life. The extent to which environmental conditions lead to shortening of life. The extent to which environment induced disability or impairment is found, and also the extent to which the biological potential of an individual it is reduced. So here it is about environment and human health. So this environment and as well as human health, these are intricately related. So a good environment, it is indication of healthy and developed nation. So what is the National Environment Policy Act? The National Environmental Policy Act or NEPA. The National Environmental Policy Act. So NEPA. So a National Environmental Policy Act, so that is NEPA, was signed into law on January 1st, 1970. So this is signed into a law on January 1st, 1970. So this is National Environmental Policy Act. NEPA requires federal agencies to assess the environmental effects. NEPA, it requires federal agencies to assess the environmental effects of their proposed actions prior to making decisions. So this NEPA, it will prevent or eliminate damage to the environment, and it will also create or maintain harmony between people and environmental, understand ecological systems and natural resources, and also it will establish a council on environmental quality. So it will establish that is CEQ, that is Council on Environmental Quality. The main NEPA, it requires a federal agency. It will assess the environmental effects of their proposed actions prior to making decisions. So this will prevent or eliminate damage to the environment. It will create or maintaining harmony between people and also environment. And also it will establish a council on environmental quality. So this is NEPA, that is National Environmental Policy Act. What is EIA? A process that is attempts. EIA means so this is environmental impact assessment. Environmental impact assessment. It is also called as EIA. Environmental Impact Assessment, EIA. So this it is a process attempts to identify and also predict the impacts of policies, programs, projects on biophysical environment and human health. So this is a assessment. It attempts to identify and predict the impacts of policies. So we have many policies and programs and projects. So this EIA, Environmental Impact Assessment, this is it is a process attempts to identify and predict the impacts of policies, programs and projects on biophysical environment and human health. It is also interprets and communicates information about those impacts and investigates and proposes means for their management. It is also interprets and also communicates information about those impacts. So here and also it is used to a planning and decision making. EIA, it is a planning and decision making tool to protect the natural environment and thereby protect human society. EIA, that is Environmental Impact Assessment, it is a planning and also decision making tool. It is a planning and decision making tool to protect the natural environment, and thereby we can protect the human societies. This is about EIA, that is Environmental Impact Assessment. This is a assessment tool. This is a planning and decision making tool, and also this is the process attempts to identify and predict the impacts of policies, programs, and projects on biological environment. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.